Welcome, welcome. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I thought I had the live stream set for 6:30, and I just happened to look on it because I was getting ready to start it, and I saw where I put 6:15, y'all. So I'm so sorry. I do apologize that I wasn't here to start it at 6:15. But I am here now. Okay, thank you all so much for your support. I'm gonna be getting started. Let me give everyone some time to hop on. All right, I have three, y'all. Three stories, y'all, that you need to know about. I was eating right before I started, so I think some of what I was eating may have gotten under my nails. I want y'all to think I just have my nails aren't clean. You know how they give you the little small, I don't even know where it is, but the little small napkin that, comes with the thing. But anyway, y'all, listen, as I wait for more people to join, as a matter of fact, let me share this to our community tab. How y'all doing? How was your day? Y'all let me know. I wanted to come on a little bit earlier tonight. Just to give you all some time. Okay, that's a little bit better. But again, I don't want my battery to go out, so I'll just do it like this, okay? All right, y'all. So I'm going to give it just maybe a few minutes. If you are watching the replay, feel free to skip ahead. I'll probably wait maybe another two or so minutes before I get started. That'll give everyone some time to sign on, okay? I hope you're doing well. I hope your family is doing well. Listen, y'all. Boy, do I have three stories. I have three stories that you need to know about. And I haven't really seen this talked about. I haven't really seen this talked about in the news. So I think you're going to be pretty, concerned, just as I was when you get this information. So again, let me give some people some time to join. And then we'll get started. All right. Hello. Thank you all for tuning in. Please say hello. Let me know that you can hear me and see me clearly. Okay. Let me know that you can hear me and see me clearly before we begin. All right. Thank you. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm here in Georgia, where earlier, and thank you all so much for giving the video a thumbs up. I appreciate you all so much. Hello, welcome. I appreciate you all taking time out of your Monday evening to tune in with me to get this information. Y'all, again, three stories, mind-blowing, that I haven't really seen or heard talked about at all. Okay, as I was saying, I'm here in the state of Georgia. Earlier, y'all, we did have some rain this morning. It's not raining now, and so the temperatures are still cooler. For some reason, it seemed like today may have been a little bit warmer. When I got out of the car just now, I didn't put on my big jacket. I just had on my cardigan. It's like a long sleeve cardigan. And again, y'all, like I told y'all, this is how it's made. I ain't wearing like, torn clothes or anything like that. But, another story that I'm going to be covering as well. I'll probably upload a video about it later on tonight. Several parts of the United States are under another winter storm advisory. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. I'll give y'all some updates in another video. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. I do appreciate those of you all who are watching now live. So I want to say thank you so much for seeing the post and waiting on me to start and come on live. I really appreciate you all. Okay, y'all. Again, please let me know before I get started. Let me know, can you all hear me and see me clearly? Can you all hear me and see me clearly? Let me see if I can. I don't want to be blocked here. You all let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me and see me clearly. Y'all let me know now. I don't want to, be speaking or anything like that, and you can't hear me clearly or see me clearly. Okay. All right, y'all. So no one said anything, so I take that as a good thing. All right, y'all. Listen. Three stories, very concerning, right? The first story that I want to talk about involves the pandemic. Okay, so which, by the way, our president said a couple of months back. Speaking of the pandemic, our current president said a couple of months back. I believe he was at like an auto show. He was eating ice cream, but he was being interviewed. He was basically saying that the pandemic is over. Okay. In another story that I'm going to cover that's not a part of this particular broadcast, the World Health Organization, okay, they have declared that what's going on as far as the pandemic is still like an emergency, right? A health emergency. So that was another update today that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But I do want to share this story with you. Can you all see me clearly? I know it's kind of dark. It's a little bit of light on my face, but can you all see me clearly? Can you all please let me know? Here's some news, y'all. So, and I quote, okay, this is a quote from the Red Cross. Okay, thank you so much, Crown Vic 2.0. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. All right, y'all, listen to this. The Red Cross has issued a warning. Okay, listen to this, y'all. The Red Cross, okay, here in America, where I am, the United States, we have the American Red Cross, okay, but we're talking about the global, Red Cross, right? So they have issued a warning, okay, and I want to come on and I want to talk to you about what that warning is all about. So according to the Red Cross, okay, the Red Cross, they are warning that the world, and I quote, is dangerously unprepared for the next pandemic. Okay, now y'all see what we went through, March 2020 and, the times after that, right? They're telling us, and they have already told us, that something else is coming. Okay, have you all been seeing? And I talked about this on our community tab as well. But have you all been seeing where all these mysterious illnesses that seem like were like decades ago, some that we've never heard of? Have you all seen where they have been like popping up all of a sudden? All these different diseases and sicknesses happening all across the country. Have you all been seeing stories about that? Let me know. All these different things have been happening, right? So the Red Cross is warning that the world, and I quote, is dangerously unprepared for the next pandemic. Okay. They're saying that the world's largest humanitarian network, okay, again, talking about here in America, we have the American Red Cross. We're talking about the global organization Red Cross, okay? The world's largest humanitarian network says strong preparedness systems are, and I quote, severely lacking despite 3 years of the pandemic. Listen to this, y'all. All countries remain, and I quote, dangerously unprepared. Dangerously unprepared, y'all. This is what they're saying for the next pandemic, okay? Hold on just a minute, y'all. Let me put my phone on silent. Give me just a minute, y'all. Let me see. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Thank you so much again for your patience. I'm going to put my phone on do not disturb. I had a couple of messages coming through, and they weren't emergencies. And so I didn't want that to affect the broadcast, okay? Listen, y'all. The Red Cross is saying that all countries now, okay? I'm here in the United States. You may be watching from another country, okay? Shout out to all my international subscribers and supporters. The Red Cross is saying all countries, okay? All countries remain, and I quote, dangerously unprepared for the next pandemic, okay? The International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, okay, you can look this up. It's abbreviated IFRC, has warned, saying future health crises could also collide with increasingly likely climate-related disasters. They're telling us what's coming, y'all. Listen to this. Despite, and I quote, 3 brutal years of the pandemic, strong preparedness systems are severely lacking. The IFRC said in its World Disasters Report 2022, published on Monday. Okay, you may want to look this up. The IFRC, again, that stands for the International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, IFRC. They released a report called the World Disasters Report 2022. You can look that up and see what they're talking about. It was published on today. And it called on countries, okay? Called on countries to update their preparedness plans by year's end. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Okay. The world's largest humanitarian network said building trust, equity, and local action networks were vital to get ready for the next crisis. Okay. The recommendations, the article says, the recommendations were released on the 3rd anniversary of the World Health Organization declaring the pandemic an international public health emergency. Okay. The pandemic that starts with the letter C. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, here's a quote from Secretary General of the IFRC, who had this to say: the next pandemic could be just around the corner. Y'all, they're telling us this, okay? Tell me how you feel about this news, y'all. They're telling us what's coming, okay? And it says, if the experience of the C word won't quicken our steps toward preparedness, what will? Okay, wow, y'all. You know, on the channel, we talk a lot about preparedness, but now the Red Cross is saying, hey, countries need to do more to get prepared, okay? The report said countries need to be prepared for, and I quote, multiple hazards, not just one, adding that societies only became truly resilient through planning for different types of disasters because they can occur simultaneously at the same time. Listen to this, y'all. I'm going to read that again. The report said countries need to be prepared for multiple hazards, not just one, adding that societies only became truly resilient through planning for different types of disasters because they can occur simultaneously. The IFRC cited the rise in, these are some of the reasons they're saying, hey, we're not truly prepared. The countries, these are some of the reasons why the IFRC is saying that all countries are truly, not prepared. Okay, the report says that extreme weather events, okay, we've talked about this on the channel. It said extreme weather events are growing more frequent and intense, and our ability to merely respond to them is limited. Okay, I'm out and about, y'all, but I also got my head on swivel, so when you see me look around, I heard someone talking, so I just wanted, to kind of check out the scene. But I'm in a safe place, y'all. Okay. Let me keep going. Thank you all so much for your support. Okay. Who do I have in the house tonight? Okay. I saw that. Let's see who was here or who is still here. Y'all let me know that y'all are tuned in. Okay. Crown Vic 2.0. Let me know that they were here. Thank you so much for your support. Who else is in the house tonight so that I can give you a shout out? All right. Extreme weather events, y'all, are growing more frequent and intense, and our ability to merely respond to them is limited. The report said major hazards harm those who are already the most vulnerable. It called leaving the poorest exposed, and I quote, self-defeating. The report also said that countries should review their legislation to ensure it is in line with their pandemic preparedness plans by the end of 2023 and adopt a new treaty and revise international health regulations by next year that would invest more in the readiness of local communities. Okay, so this is what they have planned. This is what they're talking about doing by the end of 2023, going into 2024. Okay, now I may have mentioned this, whitehouse.gov, okay, which is a website that I refer to frequently here on the channel. Our administration, they have reported on their preparedness plan, okay, what they feel like they should be doing, our country should be doing to prepare. So it seems like our current leader and other government agencies under him, they already had knowledge that this was coming and they've already prepared. It's, a lot of times information is there. They're going to post it, what they want us to know. Of course, they'll post it, but then you got to know where to go to find it. Okay. That's on whitehouse.gov. Okay. Listen, y'all. So what this tells me is that they're going to be wanting countries to work more together. Now, as you all have seen, excuse me just a minute, y'all, I'm looking for something. as y'all have been seeing, a lot of countries, um, have been coming together. As I mentioned in the article, they talk about how they want countries to have treaties. You know, we're well, I don't want to say we're trusting, but we're expecting our current leader, um, just as we do on the local level, our local county officials, state officials. We're trusting them to make decisions that seem to be in our best interest. But with all of this, the expectation of countries working together, coming to some type of agreement, I don't know if that's really going to work out, to our advantage at all. What rights, what liberties, what things are we giving away as a country in exchange for let's come together, let's work together to make, whatever it is on the agenda to make it possible. Okay. Listen, y'all. Okay. It is also recommended. Okay. It is also recommended that countries increase domestic health finance. Okay. Domestic health finance by 1% of their gross domestic product. Okay. And global health finance by at least $15 billion per year, which Shapagan described as a good investment to make. Okay. Shapagan, let me see who this person is. Okay, that's the Secretary General of the IFRC. Okay. They also cited the climate-related disasters, and waves of disease outbreaks this century, of which the C word, okay, was one of them. Let's see. I think I already read that. Let me keep going. Sorry about that, y'all. The report said major hazards harm those who, okay, I already read that. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. All right, let me keep scrolling. I'm sorry. I kind of got off. I scrolled up and then lost my place. Okay. So I was talking about how they want countries to increase their domestic health finance by 1% of their gross domestic product and global health finance by at least $15 billion per year, which Shapagan described as a, and I quote, good investment to make. Okay. How you all feel about that news? And this person said the important thing, and I quote, the important thing is there has to be a political will to commit to that. He said, if it is there, it's possible. Okay. Again, some very concerning news, y'all, that the Red Cross is warning that the world is dangerously unprepared for the next pandemic. Okay. I even shared here on the channel, y'all, Bill Gates, who I've referred to from time to time on the channel. He told us that already. And I told you all, based on the video that I saw of Bill Gates speaking, it was a TED Talks over maybe 10, 11 years ago, maybe even 12 years ago. What he was saying back then, a lot of that is happening right now. It's called Innovating to Zero if you want to take the time to research it and watch it. But it basically talks about how, well, I don't want to spoil it. I've talked about it before, but I want you to do your research and check out that video. But, we have people like Bill Gates who has told us that these things were coming. And it almost makes it seem like, okay, like they already know it's coming. And it's something that they've known for quite some time. Okay. All right. So that's one story, y'all. That's one story that I saw in the news. Hasn't really been talked about that much, but I thought was very concerning that you and I should know. Okay. Also, my next story, I want to talk about what's happening in, well, you all let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know, what do you feel like as a country we're unprepared? Let me know your thoughts. I think that March 2020 caught a lot of us off guard. We weren't expecting that. Many of us, including myself, had never been through anything like that. I had never gone through anything like that in my lifetime. And so I think it caught a lot of people off guard. But now knowing, y'all, the fact that they're telling us that another pandemic is coming, what do you feel about that information? Okay. I want to touch on this subject, but I'm going to actually talk about this more in a separate video and give you all my thoughts on this as well. Jackson, Mississippi, a couple of months back, maybe even about 4 or so months back, they were dealing with the water crisis in their area. Well, y'all, listen, I saw this story and it actually makes me very upset because it's not okay. It's not acceptable. And I feel like the elected officials in Jackson, Mississippi, maybe even on the state level, maybe even on the federal level. Okay, I feel like they have failed the people of Jackson, Mississippi, and I'll explain why. So this information, this particular article, I shared it on the community tab. Fox News says that Jackson, Mississippi, okay, Jackson, Mississippi is preparing. Listen to this, y'all. Now, we talked about water shortages. We know water is very important and essential to life. Listen, y'all, Jackson, Mississippi is preparing to go without water periodically for up to 10 years. That's a decade, y'all. They are preparing, Jackson, Mississippi is preparing to go without water periodically for up to 10 years as the crisis continues. Okay. And as a matter of fact, the American Society of Civil Engineers gave the U.S. and I quote, a C minus overall for its drinking water systems. Think about that, y'all. A C minus. That seems far away from passing, right? Like a passing grade. Okay. So in other words, the American Society of Civil Engineers, when you think about, okay, an A is passing, a B is kind of like, okay, you passed, maybe you could do better, but a C and a C minus is like, okay, we got a real problem here. Like, what's going on? So this organization gave the U.S., the United States, a C minus grade overall for its drinking water systems. One of the wealthiest, if not the wealthiest countries in the world, but we have a C minus when it comes to our drinking water systems. Okay. So again, because water is so essential to human life, all life, I thought this was another story that you needed to know about. Listen, y'all, please let me know in the comments, for all of you watching, if you're enjoying this information. Please give the video a thumbs up if you feel like it's helpful. You say, Andrea, wow, you're honest. I had not heard about this. I have not heard or seen this talked about. Thank you so much for sharing this information. Okay. All right, y'all. Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. Organizations in Jackson, Mississippi are asking for help from other states. Okay. This is Mississippi. They're asking for help. This is why this is concerning, y'all. Organizations in Jackson, Mississippi are asking for help from other states outside of Mississippi, y'all, as the water crisis dries up resources. Okay. It's been over 5 months since the Pearl River crested in Jackson, Mississippi's water system failed. Okay. So I said 4 months. So 5 months. I was close. Now crews are working to replace the pipe system, but families and businesses are prepared to go without water periodically for up to 10 years. Okay, so the way I understand it, y'all, and again, I'm going to do a whole video about this where I break it down and I talk about, just how I feel about it, what's wrong, what needs to be done, why I feel like all these elected officials, whether it's on the county level, state, or federal level, why I feel like they have failed the people of Jackson, Mississippi. I'm going to get into all of that, y'all. But just think about that. For the next 10 years, okay, they're saying that the people in Jackson, Mississippi, okay, are going to have to go, are preparing to go without water periodically for the next 10 years, okay? The way I understand it is, to replace the system, they have to do it in phases. And so maybe to fix or replace one part, they may have to, turn off the water or to prevent water main breaks, because pressure is moving from one area to another area and it could cause pipes to burst. Okay. Cities across the country. Okay. Thank you all so much. Hi, Junior Mustang. Welcome. I'm here right now. I'm on my second story. Talking about right now I'm discussing Jackson, Mississippi, and why they are preparing to go without water periodically for up to 10 years as their water crisis continues. Okay. If you missed the first story that I covered, make sure you check the replay. I have one more, okay, very important story that you and I need to know about. That's not headline news, okay? All right, y'all. In Jackson, Mississippi, okay, the systems are replaced section by section after failure, but these years-long projects, okay, this is to fix this water pipe system in Jackson, Mississippi, is what they're calling years-long project, okay, can cause water main breaks. That's what I was just talking about. So basically, there's I really want to save a lot of this for my video that I'm going to upload, because I want to go into a lot of detail about this. Okay, but what they're saying is that a lot of businesses may not be able to sustain. Okay, because you got to think, businesses, excuse me, if businesses, they have to have their water going, right? Or they may not be able to, cook and serve food and really remain in operation. But listen to this, y'all. Research shows that over 6,000 out of nearly 9,000 businesses have left the city in that same time period. Okay, so Jackson, Mississippi, what they're basically saying is, not only is the population declining, or according to the U.S. Census Bureau, and I'll talk about this in the extensive video that I'll do. Not only has the population declined, but businesses have declined as well. Okay, if anyone has any knowledge, I've never been to Jackson, Mississippi, but if anyone has any knowledge of what's going on there, what it looks like, maybe businesses closing, shutting down, moving somewhere else, think about it, y'all. How can, not only individuals, families, humans, people, how can, not only think about how can families sustain, but what about businesses, restaurants, places where, of course, like I said, you got to have running water. How can a restaurant stay open and they don't have running water? These places, excuse me, rather than saying, okay, hey, we're not dealing with that, we're going to close and move somewhere else, we're going to move to a city, another city in another county, or move out of state. What do you think that's going to do to the local economy of Jackson, Mississippi? That's going to increase what? Unemployment. That's going to take away resources in the community, loss of jobs, possibly increase in crime, all of those things. Okay. Junior Mustang says, yeah, but they are not saying, but what they are not saying, hold on just a minute. Y'all know how the comments disappear sometime. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. Let me get it back on the screen. Yeah, but what they are not saying is most of our utility infrastructure is in disrepair, and this could happen to other places in the near future. Yes, Junior, you're right. You're right on the money with that. And that's another reason why I want to come on and share that, because, hey, you may want to check your local area and find out just how strong or how weak your water system is. Here in Georgia, we have many areas where anytime there's like not only water but sewage systems, this is something I want us to think about. Hey, especially here in the South, think about the winter storm that happened a few weeks ago. There were multiple water main breaks all throughout the South in different areas, right? What if they now come and say, you know what? And actually, I mentioned whitehouse.gov. They've talked about doing this, okay? It may have been a part of the infrastructure bill or something like that, where they have said that they're going to take time to replace lead pipes and things like that. There was a bill. It might have been, it was an infrastructure bill, or may have been under the Inflation Reduction Act. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but our government has already talked about doing those things, and they've already put plans in motion. Now, whether or not what's currently going on in Jackson, Mississippi, and this 10-year plan to fix it, I don't know if that falls under, what the government said, hey, this is what we're going to do. But, we need to think about, hey, what's going on? What is happening with the water system in our local areas? And imagine if something like this were to come to your local area. So thank you for sharing that, because that's exactly one of the points that I want to be made. Exactly. Not to mention the people that would get sick due to bad water. Yes, having a well. I grew up on a property that has a well. And so I know all about that. Okay. All right. Listen, y'all. Again, national attention has shifted to other cities or issues. Local organizations are feeling the strain and aren't sure if their resources can sustain 5 to 10 years of water outages. Okay, so I'm going to cover this in another video. Another thing, I want to go back to the very beginning of this article where I talked about the fact that um, organizations in Jackson, Mississippi are asking for help from other states as the water crisis dries up. So I know here in Georgia, we're a few states over from Mississippi. So this could very well, I'm not saying that it will, I hope it doesn't, but this could very well affect the water supply in our local area, okay, or maybe in your local area. They may actually put limits on what water, on how much water can be bought, okay, how much water or what type of water that can be bought. This may affect your supply because they may have to take from, what's shipped to, they may have to divert some of the shipment of water from your area and send more and more and more to help those who are in Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. So that's another point that I wanted to make by telling you about what's happening in Jackson, Mississippi. The fact that they are preparing to go without water periodically for up to 10 years as the crisis continues. Okay. Again, I pray that the people in Jackson, Mississippi are able to get the things that they need. And in a separate video, I'll talk about why I feel like the elected officials and people there have failed the people of Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. All right, y'all. One more story, and then I got to go. One more story. This information is actually international news. I haven't seen this talked about. I just happened to be reading some information, and I stumbled upon this story. But I said, well, wait a minute. What happened here? What's really going on? Okay. So this information comes out of Australia. Listen to this, y'all. Okay. With everything going on, with everything happening, this is a story, and this is why I'm saving it last, because I feel like, wait a minute, like, why isn't anybody talking about this? Okay. In Western Australia, y'all. Okay. Western Australia, a missing radioactive capsule has prompted an urgent public health alert. Okay. Let's see. Junior saying there's a town in Arizona that has been without water for months, and about 4,000 people in government has done nothing. Exactly. And it could be happening in other places. Okay. But it may have been you, Junior. I'm not sure, but I know there was someone shared that information on the community tab. If it was you that shared it, thank you so much. But I said that I would do some research on that, because that doesn't make sense. That's just not right. That's just not right, y'all. I feel like all people, all of us, okay, I feel like we have a right to clean drinking water. Okay. So that's a very concerning story. And I'm going to do my research on that. Thank you so much for sharing. Listen, y'all, hold on just a minute, y'all. Let me get rid of some, hold on one second, y'all. Let me do something. Hold on. Okay. All right. Can you all hear me now? Okay. You know how you just feel, you just keep, you got to get it out. Okay. Not to gross y'all out. Sorry about that, y'all. But I was trying to talk and it just became too much. Okay. Can you all still hear me? Okay. Are you all able to hear me? Yes. Yes. If the water pressure gets to a certain point, if it gets too low, they do have to issue like a boil water advisory, before they, I guess clear people to actually use it and drink it. Y'all, listen, my final story. Thank you all for everything that you're sharing. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, Junior. Junior says, yes, you all can hear me. Listen, y'all, my final story, okay, my final story comes out of Western Australia. You can look this story up as well. A missing radioactive capsule has prompted urgent public health alert in Western Australia. Y'all, listen, what's really going on right here, right? A radioactive capsule that went missing while being transported from a mine in Western Australia has prompted officials to issue an urgent health warning. This was this past Friday, okay? A radioactive substance risk has been issued for parts of Pilbara, Midwest Gascoyne, Goldsfield Midlands, and Perth metropolitan regions, according to it says Facebook post published by the Department of Fire and Emergency Services okay, or the DFES, okay? Listen, y'all, the substance inside the capsule, and I quote, is used within gauges in mining operations. The warning reads, exposure to the contents inside the capsule could result in radiation burns or radiation sickness. Where is this capsule, y'all? And how did it go missing? Okay. Those are the questions that I have. Health officials during a news conference on this past Friday said that the amount of radiation exposure from the capsule is comparable to getting 10 x-rays in 1 hour, The Guardian reported. Think about that, y'all. I'm going to read that again. Health officials during a news conference on Friday, this past Friday, said that the amount of radiation exposure from the capsule is comparable to getting 10 x-rays in 1 hour, okay, The Guardian reported. Western Australia's Chief Health Officer Andy Robertson had this to say, and I quote, "We are recommending people not be close to it or hang on to it." Okay, that's what he said. The capsule, listen to this, y'all. The capsule was sent to Perth for repairs and arrived on January 16th. It was placed into a secure storage area until January 25th, when it was retrieved for inspection. Are y'all following me? Upon opening the package the capsule was stored in, it was discovered that one of 4 bolts holding in the capsule had gone missing, as well as the capsule itself. Now, what do y'all think? Does this sound like an inside job? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. What does this sound like, y'all? Okay, so let me go back. Right? They're saying this radioactive capsule, okay, this is in Western Australia, went missing while being transported from a mine in Western Australia, okay? Now, they're also saying, okay, that the capsule was sent to Perth for repairs, okay? For some reason, it was sent for repairs. It arrived there on January 16th. It was placed into a secure storage area until January 25th, when it was retrieved for inspection. So it got there, okay, allegedly on January 16th. They put it in a secure storage area on January 15th. Someone went to retrieve it for inspection. They opened the package the capsule was stored in. They discovered that one of the four bolts holding in the capsule had gone missing, as well as the capsule itself. What's going on with this story, y'all? Here's a quote. It says, "Risk to the general community is relatively low. However, it is important to be aware of the risk and what to do if you see the capsule." Okay. As of the date of this report, which was January 27th, the capsule has yet to be retrieved. Okay. Let me do a quick search and see if at this time they have found it. Australia radioactive capsule. Okay. The search continues. They're still looking for it, y'all. Let's see. They did apologize. The Australia Mining Company did issue an apology. Even the mining giant Rio Tinto apologizes for sparking radiation alert after losing device in Australia. Okay, I'm going to keep my eye out on this story and see exactly what's going on. But this is a very concerning story. I'll give you all an update in a separate video. But again, I wanted you to know these are things going on. You know, there are a lot of people, and I don't want to speculate and say, hey, I don't want to put that fear in you to say, hey, it's in the wrong hands. It could, I don't want to say what I think or where I think it is. But what's concerning is something that can be so devastating, something that could be so powerful, something so dangerous. How can it just easily be lost like that? So I don't want to speculate. I'm going to keep my eye out on the story. I'll bring you all an update in a separate video. Listen, y'all, I got to get on the road now. Thank you all so much for your support. I just wanted to come on this Monday evening and update you with 3 important stories that I thought you should know about. Again, the reason why I chose to inform you about the last story, this missing radioactive capsule, so much is going on. There's so many countries that are upset with each other. There are people who unfortunately are looking to do harm to people, for no, really valid reason other than just wanting to do harm. And like I said, a growing concern that I have, excuse me, and I'm going to even talk about it more here on the channel, is that countries are, becoming more and more upset with each other over different, things, whether it's resources, how they handle different situations. This country is, siding with that country. And so, it's very concerning and alarming when you hear something like this goes missing. What happened to it? Where is it? And how did it get to be lost? Okay. I'll keep you updated on all these stories and more. Again, thank you all so much for subscribing to the channel, for supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you all. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so. I will drop a link in the chat if you would like to support the channel and the growth of the channel. Oh, I can't even type. I just realized I'm live. So what I'll do is I'll put a link after this video post and everything. Or if you go up to the banner of this channel, you'll see a little link where you can click, and I think I have it titled "You Can Buy Me a Coffee." It's either it's in 2 places. It's in the banner, the channel banner. You'll see a little link there. And if you go to the about page here on the channel, you'll see the link to buy me a coffee as well. Okay. Thank you all so much always for your support of the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you all. If you found this information to be helpful, please make sure you like this video, share this video. And if you're watching and you somehow found the channel, I would like to invite you to subscribe and join our community. Okay. Y'all take care. Let me see. There was another comment that came through. Let's see. I'm telling you, who knows where it is, right? Junior Mustang. Let's see. Let's see. The world is changing. Everyone battling for power. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So to hear something like this, a story like this, where something has just come up missing, something so critical, something so important, something so dangerous, if that gets in the wrong hands, Lord knows what could happen. So again, y'all, be alert of your surroundings as you're out and about. Be prepared, stay encouraged, keep preparing. I'll be bringing some videos. I have some videos coming later in the week, as well as next week, to let you all know and give you an update on food prices and food shortages in the grocery stores. Okay, y'all take care, be blessed, stay tuned for more news and commentary you can use right here on Andrea Speaks TV.